Okay, let's start at about 5. Just read down a little bit. Then 19 is where I really want to get in. I just want to make a point on this 5.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 5. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the Mount of God.
So we see this backs up that the wilderness is a place that if the spirit is right, if the heart is right, you'll be able to enter in. And we're seeing Jethro, who was an Ethiopian. But Moses had already been to him, broke him off when he first met his daughter Zipporah at the well, and they said he run off some shepherds for us that was messing with us, trying to take our water. Moses, so Moses' father-in-law, he had already schooled him on who the God of Abraham was. So Jethro was able to walk into this same wilderness area, or the training area. Let's get some more information on that.
And he said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance.
Meaning what, he honored him?
Well, just honor him. Hey, what's up, father? Because he's the father now. Once he understands, Jethro understands the law, Exodus, the 4th commandment, honor thy mother and thy father, still come into play. Because this your father-in-law. We read that in the book of Tobit too. When Tobias, his son, honored his father-in-law, and they left all of their wealth to him. When they passed, so there's an honor because it's his father-in-law. It don't matter that he was an Ethiopian, it's his father-in-law. Let's get it.
7 again. Moses went out to meet his father-in-law and did obeisance and kissed him. And they asked each other of their welfare. And they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians.
That's like what y'all be seeing us doing when we dap up.
That's right.
He didn't kiss him on his lips or nothing.
No, ain't none of that. That's something new than that.
He kissed him.
Yeah,
Lil Wayne and Baby and that.
None of that. None of that. Ain't no 2 brothers going.
That's how we greet each other.
Not even ashy elbows together.
Right.
Y'all not to cut it off. This was a law that was passed in 1996 by Bill Clinton. It's called DOMA, or Defense Order or Marital Act, or something like that. And what this is, you can Google that. And what this is what Bill Clinton signed into law into the United States federal government, that we will not allow man on man to be married. We see it as man and woman as the marriage honored by God. 96. Now we got state law. State law is different. State law is only 5 states now that's allowing it. But the Fed,
New York just allowed it yesterday.
New York just got it, so we up to 6 now.
Center.
That's 5 too.
Oh, that's still 5?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the 5th one I got added.
Oh, that's the 5th one. Okay. So this act, if anybody got internet, you look this up, we'll see that. So this is what Obama is wrestling with right now. Right. Should I change this?
He said he's going to leave it up to the states.
Well, the states still, this is Fed law. Fed rule everything. You ever hear these street pharmacists? I learned that word yesterday. When they get in trouble, they more concerned with getting caught up here than getting caught up here. Because when they get you, it's 99.9% they got everything they need to bring you in. It's Fed law. The Feds got you. This supersedes everything. Also, what's dealing with this, I found out, so when we talk about money in other nations, the American dollar collapsing, there's something called the World Bank. Guess where it's located? D.C. The World Bank. 10 of the most powerfulest nations that are involved with the World Bank that sits up in Washington, D.C. And notice this, Washington, D.C. is separate from all of the states in America. It's a district. Totally different. But the World Bank and the last 11 presidents of the World Bank, the United States presidents have picked. Like now this guy Robert Zoellick is running things now in the World Bank. And what they do, they go to impoverished nations and bring you up to the running water standard at minimum. So if you used to carry water, they're going to put some showers in there for you. That's the minimum we're going to do. But we get it from our stockholders. Guess who the number one stockholder is? The shareholder who to put in the most money. Who? Catholic Church. Number one stockholder in the World Bank. That comes out of Washington, D.C. So all this China with this money, the World Bank is controlling everything. They're controlling it. Once you get into bed with the World Bank, you owe them now.
They print the money.
They print the money, basically. They take care of your nation, but you belong to them now.
But you owe them like they go in there like they'll rebuild the infrastructure.
Absolutely.
But then
like you did Japan.
But they'll jack the interest rates
Oh,
up
no doubt.
where you can't even pay that back.
Never start on the loan, ever.
All right, so now they own this little nation / country.
Own.
That's what this is.
But this is the top shareholder. That's what America owns. Right.
It's a company.
It's a company.
It's not a
Corporation.
It's a corporation, right?
So with these shareholders being number one, guess who get to call the shots when the money divvied out? Who the number one shareholder got the power? They the top vote. And guess who? Who they say may be the next president of the World Bank by 2012 because that's the next election. Everybody looking at Hillary Clinton as the nominee to run the World Bank. Yeah. So we may see the harlot that sit upon many waters just sooner than we think.
Right, exactly.
But Doma is where, and y'all, this is what we have to understand, because we have to understand what heathen means. When we talk about is America a heathen nation, and we only mean heathen means uncivilized nation or a nation that does not have the laws of God. They have them, they just ain't obeying. They doing just like we are.
Right.
Now we
was
come
acting
to a
like-
heathen
we was
nation
acting like
state.
but we was acting like heathens that
Right.
had the law, right?
Right.
So I'm talking about Israel.
Israel had the law,
We was acting like heathens.
just like heathen, worse than heathen.
So we weren't considered heathen.
Yes, we were heathen in the mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
So-
right. We have become uncivilized.
So same with America then.
Right, same with America, but we don't call ourselves heathen. We may call ourselves spiritual heathen, you know. But we still try to hang on to our nation. But when you pick up the world newspaper, you know we done reach these levels right here. Some of the things we doing now. But when the Fed controls laws, or basically try to keep things along the laws of the Bible, Fed won't see that, but they'll let the states do it. You know, but when it comes down to who supply everything, who runs it, they get the final say. So the Fed control everything.
But see, they would still be held accountable.
No doubt.
In a way, because you let somebody that's subordinate to you set up laws and statutes
And just right.
Because you supersede the state, right?
Right.
Feds supersede the state,
Absolutely.
but they're allowing the state to set up laws that are clearly ungodly.
Right.
They would still have to answer for that.
Right, no doubt. And because if they do that, they give the states that power. The state should have never allowed man on man like that and open them doors up like that. The most it should probably went to would have been common law. You know, that's what U City just did. U City set it up what's called civil union. You know, we just don't want to deal with that paperwork. And it's the same way in Israelite law, because Most High set down his laws. A man should leave his inheritance to his son. Well, Jehoshaphat came to Moses and said, I don't have no son.
Right.
Who can I leave it to? Am I in violation of the law at this point? I mean, is it on me? Is it in me because I can't produce sons? What's going on? And Moses went to the Lord, and then there became a civil law for that situation. It don't affect everybody. Only those who have not produced sons. And it may be only one daughter. That daughter could bring a mother close to death, and she can't take a chance on having another.
Right.
Similar to Mary, because her parents never, she was the only girl. Right.
But that's a situation that's not ungodly.
Right, that's what I'm saying, ungodly. But this state union, if somebody didn't want to go down to the courthouse, when they move it to the state level, it should be, well, look, they don't want to do no paperwork. I don't really want to go through the American ceremonial law, but I can do a civil union. We can live together like this, but not have to have y'all paperwork. But the only thing you have to do then is you have to say, if I die, everything goes to him. If she dies, everything go to him. And next of kin can't come in, even though y'all got a last name and there's no ring, there's no bond. You have to have some type of documentation. If something happens to you in the hospital, they won't call your mama first. They call your civil union partner, and it's called common law. So states will do these things, but what they're doing, they're moving it to another level. The states and the Fed said, we put it in your hand to do that. You know, it's like a wicked priest or something. Like Samuel was right, but his sons started taking bribes. So the upper, and then that's Ezekiel 18:2. If the father doing this, but the son decides he want to do something wicked, the father ain't held accountable at this level. So you have to understand these feds know the laws because they're Edomites. They got all our doctrines. They controlling Hebrew University over there. They have all of our archaeological, say the word for me, documents. And they know about us. So what they're doing is making sure that we don't have any excuse when it comes to our jism. They're ready to accuse. And they saying, we gave it to y'all. Because in 1995 is a law passed that, 86. There's a law passed that says the Bible is the official word of God. And they put that in the law in America, in the United States level.
What's the, you know the name of that?
Google it.
Public law something.
Public law something. It'll say Public Law 97. Well, see, so that eliminates them from just the title of a heathen nation. They have the laws of God, so there's no excuse for this nation either. That's why the Most High gonna visit them like He gonna do it.
Right. So
Because they have the law, just like Pharaoh had the law. Joseph brought that law into there, and when Joseph first came out of the dungeon, when they had accused him, Pharaoh said, okay, your God is, I like what you're saying, but he still kept him as governor. You know, he said, you can't run the country, but your God is powerful. You know, I'm thinking about this. I know your God, he didn't deliver. I understand that. So he was without excuse at that level. And you see Nebuchadnezzar say, we know for surety the God of the Hebrews is God.
Even though he was acting like he was like heathenish.
Right, well, you know, they'll go back, you know, you would drop back into it. That's what hard Pharaoh's heart, because Most High told, it wasn't the Lord just put hardness on his heart and say, you know, I'm going to strike you with a hard heart. You can never say no. You ain't going to never say so. You're going to want to say, I'm going to let you go, but you can't. I'm going to fix. No, how he hardens one heart is like player hating. He told Moses, he said, I'm going to make you a God to him, because all Egyptians think he's God on earth. But I'm going to make you a God to him, and then they're going to stir him up. And nigga ain't God, Pharaoh, you God. The same way they stirred up, our own Israelites stirred up the Hebrews back in the day when Christ was down. King, Caesar our king, Caesar our king. And harden the hearts of all them Pharisees the same way. So y'all, we got to understand what hard heart means. It means just a situation you in and you won't recant, or you won't, I'll say repent for the order that's come down to you to get yourself back in order.